Giant leaps will always come at a cost.
Hey guys, Mr. Everything here, back with another trailer review video, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the official trailer 2 for Venom. Alright, so obviously the official trailer number 2 for Venom came out earlier today, and I'm just going to review it for you guys. So just starting off, I really enjoy this trailer. I love the tone of it. This is actually a very long trailer. I think it's like 3 minutes and 14 seconds, 15 seconds. So it's by far the longest trailer. But like I said, I really enjoyed it. I love the whole conflict between the characters, Eddie Brock and Venom. And I believe we even heard Tom Hardy talk at Comic-Con about that. He talked about how he was in this movie called Legend, where he plays two twin brothers. And you know, he wanted to sort of bring that over in this film, where he sort of played two different characters, and you definitely see that. I love the whole pretty much throughout this whole trailer. We've seen it in the other trailers, we've seen like hints of it, but this trailer fully goes at it. You could tell that Eddie Brock and Venom are going to be conflicting throughout the film, but ultimately he's gonna turn into the antagonist. I mean, we hear Eddie Brock in the trailer and in the other previous trailers say, "Oh, we can only hurt bad people." You could see, I can already sort of see how this film's going to go. You know, Eddie Brock's going to start out the normal everyday guy, and then he gets the symbiote, and then he's trying to be sort of like a hero in a way, and then by the end of the movie, he's going to become the antagonist. So it's sort of going to be like an antagonist versus antagonist. You even see the words in the trailers. I know a lot of people try to ignore the words. I used to be like that as well, but when you read the words, it says the world has enough superheroes. So you can even see that they're going with that whole vibe as well, that this isn't a superhero story. It may seem like a hero story at first because Eddie Brock obviously is trying to be a good guy, but ultimately the symbiote gains more control over him, and he ultimately becomes the villain that we all know, Venom. So that's just great. I love that conflict between those two characters. And speaking of like antagonist and villain, we finally get a confirmation of who the villain's going to be. Riot from the comic, obviously, he's the silver sort of symbiote. We see a few cool shots of him. We see him take out that whole room with his axes, which, by the way, this trailer has a lot of old shots. Like, this trailer isn't necessarily a new trailer. I mean, it has a few new shots, but we get a lot of the shots that we've seen in the other trailers, but we get Venom footage in there that I guess the CGI wasn't ready, or maybe they cut it out, but we saw that shot where that whole room goes flying in the first teaser trailer for Venom. But in this trailer, it's the same shot, but we see that Riot is the one that takes out that whole room. So yeah, it's just super cool. And obviously at the end there, we see Riot stretched out with Carlton Drake versus Eddie Brock, just the symbiotes just ripping each other apart, just spread out. Just it looks so sweet, just super badass. Cannot wait. I know a lot of people were speculating that maybe Carnage was going to be in this film, played by Woody Harrelson. It definitely doesn't look like that's going to be the case at all, which I guess is fine. I mean, I'm assuming they're saving Carnage for like a sequel or something like that, which will make more sense. Venom versus Carnage in the sequel, but in this movie, it's sort of going to be his origin and everything. But yeah, really just super cool. You could tell they're definitely getting a lot of inspiration from the Lethal Protector comic with, all the symbiotes and stuff. And we even see a lady, she has the whole symbiote as well. She's like attacking these guys, just super hardcore and dark. Which, speaking of that, I love the tone of this trailer. It's super dark. You could definitely get a very hard PG-13/R vibe. I'm assuming, we don't have an official rating yet, but I'm assuming that this film is going to be rated R, or just a very hard PG-13. And speaking of the hardness, I mean, almost every time Venom talks in this trailer, you hear him talk about people's like limbs and stuff, like, I'm gonna eat your arm, and then I'm gonna eat your head, and then I'm gonna eat your leg. Like throughout this whole trailer, you see him say that to that one guy he attacks off the bike. He starts licking his face, and then I guess he eats him. And then at the end of the trailer with the robber, he talks about how he's gonna start eating his head off, and then he's gonna send him down the street like poop flying in the wind or something like that. And then I guess he eats his head off too as well. And then obviously you see Eddie Brock, he's like, "Oh, sorry, I have a parasite. Good night, Mr. Chen." Just with the whole humor and everything, just super funny. Oh man, it's just so cool, but you get such a dark vibe with that, and it's like funny as well because you're like, wow, Venom really has a body part fetish because he's just constantly throughout this whole trailer talking about eating people's limbs and stuff. It's just so funny, but very dark as well. So it's just super cool. But like I said, we don't know the official rating yet, so I'm very curious to see what we're gonna get. Like I said, this is a Sony movie, so it could very well be rated R. This isn't a Marvel Studios film, so it doesn't have to be PG-13. It could be rated R. And from Comic-Con, I heard that people were saying that Venom eats people's heads off. So if they're showing him eating people's heads off, I mean, automatically you're gonna get an R rating. So like I said, I'm assuming it's going to be a hard R, but it may not. It could just be a very hard PG-13. But yeah, I really enjoyed the trailer. The CGI has definitely improved. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it improved from the first two trailers. I don't like the voice necessarily. Like the voices, I get, they're trying to go for the whole dark vibe, but it is very mumbled. Like they had to get rid of some of the mumbly stuff because you can't understand everything he's saying. Sort of, it's very dark, and also the CG. Like I said, is definitely improved. It's very detailed, like where he's sticking his tongue out and everything, and his teeth. They look very detailed, but it is very slimy, which I know you guys are probably going to be like, well, obviously, it's a Venom symbiote. They're trying to give off the vibe that is, this slimy material. But I don't know. It just looks very shiny. It's very oily. But, yeah, that's not even really a criticism. I know the CG's not fully ready yet. I'm pretty sure it's going to look way better in the film. But, it's mainly that voice. Like, I get they're going for the whole dark thing, but it's a couple times I had to, like, rewind in the trailer to hear what Venom was saying because his voice is so mumbled. But, yeah, overall, like I said, I really enjoyed the trailer. I love the conflict between, the Eddie Brock character and Venom. How he's going to start off trying to be a hero, end up being a villain anyway. And then, obviously, I just love the whole dark tone of it and just everything. Confirmation of the villain, Riot, the inspiration from the Lethal Protector comic. You see a lot of just very comic accurate shots in here. But yeah, overall, like I said, really enjoyed the trailer. But anyway, guys, you guys comment down below. Let me know what you guys saw of this trailer. Be sure to like, subscribe if you guys are new. Check out my other Venom videos, trailer review videos, and have a great rest of your day. All right, bye, guys.